So, Igor, you are no stranger to studios.
Yeah, that's true.
You have an origin story.
What?
An origin story?
Origin story. Not really, but so I do some music.
Yeah.
When I can, when I have time, when I'm capable of it. I've been learning music like in my childhood. Then I hated it. Of course, I didn't finish my piano lessons. Then I went back to it, and I hated it again. Then I thought maybe I should start something more. I learned guitar, and at some point I tried to write something, and I liked it. And since then I was writing some music. So I've been into studios.
And radio?
And radio. I've been to radio. there was a radio in my university. My friends were doing it. So that place was much smaller, like twice smaller maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we didn't have all this fancy hardware you have here. And but it was very good times. Very good times. We didn't have a window there. No, I think we had a window, but we had to cover it with another wall because it was making the sound very bad. Mm-hmm. So they built a wall there. I wasn't much there. I was there a few times. I didn't build the radio. I wasn't part of the radio, but yeah.
You gave us a great sound check word.
Yeah, it's sosisečne. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's a sausage place, a place where you buy sausages. Sosisečne.
All the S's. Make sure that the room sounded just great.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you won an award not once, but twice.
Sorry?
You won?
Oh, you won...
An award? A medal?
Yeah.
First place?
Yeah.
A prize?
Okay, you got me. It's not something I'm very proud of because, okay. I mean, it's not that because, I mean... not because it's something stupid. It's a good thing to do. It's just that I'm not super proud of because I don't think it's really my achievement.
Okay.
It's more of my grandfather's the award is, there's a radio sport thing. Do you know what it is?
No.
It makes no sense to me.
I have no idea what it is. Radio sport. I saw it and I was like, what is radio sport?
Yeah, everyone is like that usually. So radio sport is it's an amateur radio thing. Uh-huh. So you buy some radio stuff, you build antennas, you learn Morse alphabet, you learn how to use it. I don't know how this thing is called.
A soldering iron?
No idea. Maybe.
That's just yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, almost. More S.
More
please.
S's. 60%.
Yeah, so my grandfather was a big fan of that. He's what do you call it? Sport master. Mm-hmm. There's a levels. I don't know if it's right in English. Sport master. He has kind of a degree, and so he was doing a lot of that. And of course, he wanted me to continue his stuff. So of course, he had a lot of friends with good radio stations. So what do these people do? I totally missed the important thing. You connect to other people by radio in the whole world. I understand why it was so fun for my grandfather. It was USSR, so you don't have many abilities to move around the world, but you can speak to other people all around the world. And there was this huge community. There are many people doing this, and it's fun. It's fun to find people around the world. And so there are competitions also. Usually competition is like, okay, we use this type of communication. For example, you can communicate by speaking, you can communicate by Morse, you can communicate by digital radio or RTTY, some kind of words like that. Also, we have 3 hours here. We allow these ages. And for example, there's Russia competition. I'm from Russia, by the way. Hello. So there's during a few hours who gets more, connections?
Yeah.
That's the winner. That's it.
So how did you win?
I got a lot of connections. So I was at a good radio station, so that I had good hardware because of my grandfather. So it was much easier for me, and because I think I was maybe 18 at that point, something like that, and I had a lot of learning during my childhood from my grandfather. So it was quite easy for me, and I didn't win the Russia competition, but I was like number 8 and number 9 in Russia. For 2 years in a row. But yeah, that's why I'm not really proud of that. But it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing to say.
It's super fun because nice little bit of the childhood, explains like where you got some of your hardware chops from, explains how you got that kind of very technical side of you nurtured from young age. But also, I'm trying to think, did you hear the story of the radio guy in Donegal that connected with one of the Sputnik astronauts?
No, I don't think so.
Bro, this is insane. So, yeah, there was like an amateur radio guy in Donegal who was just trying to find connections. I don't really understand what that means, but I'm just going to go with it. And he managed to connect with one of the guys up in space from Russia.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they developed like a little bit of like a relationship, like a very strong bond, because he's in space, he's quite lonely, and here's this outsider who they're able to communicate. And like there was something happen. I think like did the USSR collapse or the Soviet Union collapse or something, and the Donegal man like realized that the guy in space didn't know.
Oh my God.
And he had this huge dilemma. It's like, should I tell this guy that like the country that he's known is like totally, or and he sat on it for like a few days, and I think eventually he told him, and it was like, what? It was crazy. And I think there was like maybe actually a radio play that was written about their relationship. But that's all I've got for you in terms of connections with you.
Sounds like a movie Terminal.
Yeah.
He's there. He's kind of an international territory. Yeah. Should he go back? Can he go back? Yeah. There was a similar story in Russia when there was a cosmonaut Leonov, who was the first in space. I mean, in open space. So he was flying back onto Earth, and he flew somewhere into some forest. He fell, and he stayed alive. But so people were looking for him for a long time, for days. And the fun part is there was one amateur radio guy who heard him calling, like, I don't know, he would use the radio or during the falling, I don't remember really. And so he heard him. He know he's somewhere here, very close. He could direct the government where to find him. But the problem is, as soon as he tells this, that shows that he was listening to government communication, radio communication. So he was hesitating. Should I do this or not? Yeah.
The dilemma of radio.
Sorry?
The dilemma.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't remember how it ended. I mean, they found the cosmonaut, but I don't know how it ended for the radio guy.
To be continued.
Yeah.
So Igor, this is part of our series with Ormo Baths, where we are meeting the members, getting to know some of the people who call this wonderful place home. How did you get here? Because some of the people we talk to, they're like, yeah, I live 15 minutes down the road and I heard about it and I walked past it. What's your story?
Well, I got here with a connecting flight through Turkey. Well, it's quite easy. So we were looking for we wanted to live somewhere abroad. So my wife was looking for a position somewhere. And she's a geophysicist, which is quite a rare thing.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. So it's quite hard to find a position, a physicist position, a scientist position in your particular field. And so there are not many places where you can find that. So you just apply for like 5 positions, 3 positions. There are not many. And who takes you, you go there. So it was Queen's University Belfast. She's a scientist there now.
Wow.
For 2 years. So I'm happy to be here. I mean, when we figured out it's going to be UK, we were very, very happy for that. So this was like our best expectations. If it was UK, yeah, perfect. We don't need to learn another language. Great. 2 is more than enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to learn another language, but
you got work to do.
I just have too many other things now. And so that's why we're here. And I'm just working remotely. And I wanted to find a place where I can do my work. Here I am.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. I went through a bunch of co-working spaces in Belfast. I was very happy to end up here. It's a very nice place.
Why did this place keep you?
I don't know. The vibe, like, it's very nice, first of all. The design, the history of the building, and the people here were very welcome. The first guy who I met here was Chris. Because I didn't know you don't have like
what
one
a guy. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, cut this out. So I came in. I was looking for. I wanted just to try in for a day on hot desk, and I faced Chris, and he said, "No, we don't have any day passes," and I just went away. That was Chris for the first day.
Chris plays hard to get.
Yeah. You should sign in, and we will give you a tour. He sent me a link, like the closest time in the calendar in 1 month ahead. Thank you. Do you want me here? I don't know. Something went wrong at that point, but I asked maybe somewhere closer. I need a place to work. Yeah, sure. And from that point, I didn't have any other. What do you say? Problems with this place.
Nice.
That wasn't a problem, but I don't know. I don't know better
didn't
word.
have any eyes for any other co-working space. You were like, was it love at first sight?
Yeah.
Was it Chris's charm? Like,
Of
what
course.
was it?
No, there was. I think it was 2 other co-working spaces. So one was very weird. It looks very nice, but when you start looking around better, so they have a lot of like trees and a lot of green plants outside, inside. All of them are not real. And you're like, wait a second. It looked so nice. I don't like it now.
Right.
And it was so unreal. So, you understand it.
I get it.
Yeah, but here it's so
in German they
warm,
say unheimlich.
Huh? Okay.
It kind of means like, I guess I'm going to butcher this translation, but it's kind of like unhomely.
Unhomely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So did you already have a job in Russia that you could just work remotely from? Like, have you been working remotely for a while?
No, I work remotely for a status company. We are doing, it's not in Russia, it's a international, what do you call it, company? So I was working there remotely. So I was working from Russia, then I was working from Turkey, and now I work remotely from here.
Cool.
Yeah.
And have you always been going into co-working spaces to work, or did you work from your home for a while?
No, I mostly worked from my home. I tried some co-working spaces before. There was one very good in Turkey. I don't know. At some point, I just stayed at home.
And why have you decided not to stay at home now? Why do you feel like coming into a physical place works for you?
That's very easy. Well, I have bad internet connection at home. Well, that's technical details. I mean, if I had good internet connection, I still have other reasons. And the other reason is I wanted to socialize because, so I only have my wife here. It's not that I don't want to communicate with her, but I mean, I want more people to communicate with.
She's a physicist. I get it, bro.
I'm a physicist as well.
Okay, well then you guys are perfect for
Be
each
careful
other.
now.
Physicists suck!
Whoa. Yeah, I will send the link to this video to my friends. Expect some comments.
Bro, the physicist mafia is going to show up at my door.
Yeah.
They're going to put black holes in my tires.
Nah, good. Good joke.
Like, it was a bit of a risk, but I just watched Oppenheimer recently, so it's kind of top of mind.
Yeah. Oh, I watched Oppenheimer here. I wanted to watch it, and I went here and I watched it in English, and I think I lost 80% of content.
Man, Christopher Nolan movies, he just does not care about how easy it is to listen to the dialogue. I feel like most of his movies are like, and it's so fast and so like, you're like, what the?
No, I think you did understand everything.
I did, but I enjoyed watching it at home with subtitles on as well.
Oh, really?
I usually watch things with subtitles on, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think I have more of like a writing brain, so it helps me like process it a little bit better.
Yeah, and everything is in the dialogues there.
Oh, yeah.
If you miss a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sitting for 3 hours in the cinema. My wife said, I'm not going. I will not understand anything. I said, I am going to see this movie. And I was watching, and I felt so good. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that the movie is good. I just don't understand a thing.
So from your perspective, it was like, big explosion, fighting.
Yeah, good for me. I knew that I am a physicist, so I knew like technical details. I knew the people in the shot.
Who's the Russian guy in it? Teller?
Teller?
Did you know him?
I don't know.
He's the guy that then went on to develop the H-bomb.
Oh, is he Russian?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm just being racist with the accent.
No.
Probably Hungarian or something.
No, I don't think he's Russian. I don't think he's Russian.
Interesting. So Oppenheimer felt good, but didn't get it.
I did watch it again after that with
cool.
in Russian.
Good. Very good. And they do the dub over?
Yeah.
Or with Russian subtitles?
I don't. I think it was a dub over.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we usually do dub over in Russia for all the movies.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one I did watch.
You can get, I think on Amazon, you can buy a like book version of the script.
Yeah, probably yes. There was a book before. I mean, before the script, there was a book.
For sure, yeah. It was adapted, but like, yeah, I think even for you, Daniel, like it would be interesting to like watch the movie and flick through the script page by page to see kind of. Daniel wants to be a film director, so
oh, nice.
We're always looking for little hacks to develop.
No, buying a script and reading a script is so interesting. It's so hard, I think.
Have you done it?
Never, of course.
I don't know. Well, you just revealed that you were a physicist, so I was ready for anything. It's like, yeah, I also have 4 Oscars. And
No, I was shooting videos at some point and filming, but I like reading a script, writing a script. No, it's hard.
yeah. Well, I mean, you write script all the time.
I write a script all the time.
Yeah, just not a movie script.
The script of my life.
Do you do any programming?
Yeah, of course.
That's script.
That script, that kind of script. Okay. But I'm writing.
It's just a different language.
Nerd time. So scripts are like they're not compilable languages.
Oh, okay.
So they're executed line by line.
Yeah.
Like text. They're processed as text. I don't really use these languages. I'm a different kind of thing in compilable. So it's not script.
Thank you for the education. So, if you're not writing script, what are you writing?
No, it's just code. I mean,
code.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between? What do you call a collection of code?
Collection of code?
Yeah.
Program?
A program.
I don't know.
Okay. So, like
code base.
Would you say that in code, a line of code is that script?
Depends on the language.
Depends on the language.
I mean, it could be that. Really, it could be.
I'm just trying to figure out the hierarchy. Is there a hierarchy? Is it like script is the one?
No.
Code is the collective. Program is when it all runs together.
There could be a problem with my English, actually. I'm just thinking now. Because how I understand the word script and how I understand the word code.
Well, I don't understand either, so.
I might give wrong interpretation to the hundreds of our watchers right now.
How would you describe your job to my granny? My granny is not a physicist, nor is she a programmer. She doesn't write code or script, for context.
Why?
Well, she chose a different life path. She actually was a debt collector for a plastic bag manufacturer. Shout out to granny.
What collector?
Debt collector.
What's that?
People who don't pay their money is debt.
Ah, debt. Okay, yeah, I got it. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. She's kind of badass.
I got once into that story. I was called by a debt collector.
Was it my granny?
Only if she has a very low voice.
It depends how much money you
does
owed.
Does she know Russian? No, there was. I mean, it wasn't a debt, a real debt, and it turned out that some people took a loan on my name.
Whoa!
Yeah, wasn't fun.
Not fun at all.
Yeah, and it was like 300% a year.
Oh no!
Like hundreds of it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was like a year passed or something. Like, hey, you're not returning your money. Which money? And yeah, no, it went good. So like, as soon as this figured out, I don't know, for some reason, the debt collector that was calling me, he was smart enough. At some point, I told like I didn't get any money, and he said, "Huh? You did not? I usually they're like gangsters. I don't know how I imagine, and this one was pretty kind. So he called the company, the bank, and we figured it out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dream outcome.
Yeah. I mean, the dream where I don't get into this story really. I was about to explain my job. So let me explain it for you first,
please,
and we can make it simpler then.
Okay.
So what I'm doing, our company status, we're developing a messaging application. Mm-hmm. Right? This is simple. You know, plenty of them: Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord. Discord is the closest thing we're making. We're very close to Discord because it has like community features with channels.
He knows Discord.
Yeah. You know it as well. Everybody knows.
Sort of.
Somehow. You understand what messaging is. Anyway. I do. Or group channels, communities. Yeah, it's simple. But we're making a decentralized messaging application. What that means. So Discord is a company that holds some computer which serves all the data. So when I'm writing a message to you, I send a message actually to Discord, and Discord sends this message to you, and vice versa. In our world, we don't have this computer held by a company. So I send a message directly to you. Mm-hmm. If that's a community, I send message directly to all the people. And there's a lot of technical details into that. So how that is done, and but basically all the messages are encrypted. So the only the real receiver can decrypt it. Someone who has the key to this message, and basically everyone in the network can hear all of the messages. Yeah. So it's like gossip kind of things. Mm-hmm. So you hear everything, but you can only decrypt the ones that you should receive.
Only if you have the key.
Yeah, only if you have the key. That's pretty simple. I mean, in a very
That's
simple.
Perfect. Yeah, I think Granny could get that as well. Yeah. Super cool. And your specific role is to?
That's basically my specific role. So I'm about the messaging thing. Yeah. On pretty many levels. On the very low level, like encryption and stuff. On the middle level, somewhere around receiving the messages, sending the messages. I don't know. And on the upper level, on the front end, like UI and interface and all this.
It's pretty involved.
Yeah.
Why has this full stack? There you go.
Full stack.
He's full stack, guys. Yeah. Buckle up.
Yeah. Well, so just to quickly to add, I mean, it's not all we do as the company. So there's another big feature of our application, which is crypto wallet. So we are very much, how to say, related to each other. So where we use crypto features inside messaging and vice versa as well. We have the Web3 browser, and our application is open source.
Hey,
you can build it.
Perfect.
Your own, yeah.
So why is this something that you have decided to dedicate your youth and your energy and your brain to, outside of the paycheck that you collect?
I like how the companies I like what I'm doing. So the great idea of this application, I mean, it's really good because there's no control of companies over your messages. It's wonderful. There's no censorship at all. Even if someone tries to force us to do this, we cannot.
Right.
Yeah. And I like the idea.
You're building it in such a way that you can't.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Maybe not too smart. Maybe we should have left some backdoor. But no, really. There's no way we can control. And it's open source. I mean, even if the company dies, you still have all the code. Just take it, build it, and use it.
Right.
What was the question?
You were just adding a little bit more detail about why you're passionate about this.
Oh yeah. I like my team. So how we don't have many managers in the company, and because of that, I have a lot of my own responsibility, and I can affect the decisions made in the company, and also in my particular team, and then, I mean, like actually in the whole company, but in my team, we have 8 people, and all of them are senior developers. So all of them are smart people. I mean, we don't have dumb people in the team, and it's amazing. Like, it's very easy to communicate. It's very easy to do good things, and yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
Also, it was an international job. I was looking for something like if I'm living outside Russia, if I live abroad, I need probably income abroad as well, right? Makes sense.
Totally. What has surprised you about Northern Ireland?
Well, surprised. There's nothing I knew really when I was moving here. I don't know why. I was too stupid not to read some history.
Maybe you were smart.
Because we were really like, yeah, we got it, moving, great, let's go. Wherever it is, we were ready to go. And there's not really a surprise, but I was very happy about the people here. People are very kind here, and comparing to many other countries, and even like England and Scotland, it's very different here. People are smiling. I don't know, how are you doing that? Are you having a happy life? That's not fair. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's something that it's not it's surprise, but it how to say, it touches me, but I don't know how to say properly.
You said it beautifully. It came from the heart, man.
I said it beautifully, but maybe that's not exactly what I meant.
Well, hopefully it's the spirit of what you meant. And you didn't mean the opposite.
It's definitely not the opposite.
So, Igor, for someone who's just kind of stumbled across this and they're thinking about making Ormobas their co-working space of choice, what would you say to them?
Oh, so for someone who's looking for, come on in. It's cool here, and don't hesitate to spend your money on your fixed desk. It's cool. It's very nice here, and it might be cold sometimes. Get a warm coat.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is perfect life advice for Northern Ireland in general.
Yeah, in general, everywhere. Indeed. It's so weird. I don't know. You guys are not cold here.
I'm wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because I have a t-shirt.
Bro, it's summertime right now.
I have a short on me.
The only reason I have this jumper on right now is because I went for a walk before this and I was too late and I didn't have time to go. And underneath this is like a sports thing.
Okay.
So I had to quickly put the jumper on to hide it. Otherwise, yeah, we're very warm.
I wear 4 layers of clothes on me. And I'm like, okay, now I'm fine. And a hat, of course. You guys are weird.
Give it a few more years.
Maybe.
You'll get there.
And assuming that I was from a much colder country where we had snow there, like -30 is an okay thing. But it's so different here. The cold is so different.
What? Is it the humidity or what?
I think so.
Yeah. You guys are dry cold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And also probably what your like the expectations are. Because you see like 10 degrees, cool. I mean, it's warm enough.
Right.
In Russia, I can go, not like this, but I mean, I would wear much less clothes than here in same degrees. And I'm like, okay, so much wind, rain. So you have carry a lot of things on you. And, yeah. And in Russia, you see snow. Okay, it's cold. I'm dressing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because I've seen you guys have like -35 Celsius.
Yeah. You don't go to school at that.
Yeah. We don't go to school at -2 over here. If there's 1 inch of snow, like forget about it.
If at some point I will be a programming teacher here in school, I will expect everyone to be at -2.
Well, can you not just set up some sort of like a virtual classroom? A VR
That's not
classroom?
fair.
Why not?
Why should I?
If you're working remotely now, why should you expect kids to not learn remotely?
What is that? What exactly is that? I don't know. I don't think it's really a good way of learning. It's hard for me to learn remotely if I don't know how to learn.
Right.
If when I already know why I'm learning this, and I don't need to be forced, then it will work, of course. But for kids, it's usually like you need to force them to learn something.
Well, first you need to learn how to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what you say.
Yeah, and I don't think it's really possible remotely. It's hard to do.
Well, I mean, and even you do work remotely, but you come into this physical location with physical people.
Yeah.
To recreate that water cooler physical interaction.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you'd like to talk to Igor at the water cooler, you could click the link in the description, book a tour with Chris, who, as we've heard, is extremely friendly and would love to meet you and very, very charming. Show you around the building and basically see if Ormabas would be a good fit for you and your business. And other than that, Igor, thank you for your time. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Matt. I was very happy to be here. Thank you. It went much less nervous than I thought it will be.
You're smooth. Very, very smooth.
Am I? Thank you.
And you're a physicist, which was a big, big plot twist. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.